Hi, this is Adam Azad Ahmed again with Parkbench, and I'm your local real estate agent with Davenport Realty. Today we have the pleasure of meeting Jenny Hill, who is one of the renowned consultants here in Waterloo in our community. She has years of experience working in various fields, and she's providing consulting, strategy and consulting to clients, as well as leadership coaching, which is a key important element for anybody to succeed in their field. She also provides instructional design and development guidance for clients, and she also conducts speaking and workshops and also helps people to create and deliver valuable workshops. So she has a lot of experience and she has a lot of expertise in this field, and she shares her knowledge and expertise and passion with her clients. So we're really honored to meet Jenny today. And Jenny, would you begin by describing your business in a little more detail for our listeners?
Yes, thank you so much. Thank you for that great introduction. It's interesting because my expertise really grew out of technology. So I originally worked in a tech company in kind of a web development role, and over time, I discovered how much I really enjoyed kind of the learning and development space and really supporting leaders and employees in developing themselves. So my expertise really in learning and development came out of that. And throughout my work in the learning and development field, I started to get kind of organic reach outs from different potential customers who are interested in working on projects or putting together e-learning courses or those kinds of things that I had a lot of expertise in. So it kind of, my business kind of grew organically out of just demand from people in my network, and then over time grew into a business that really has become a big part of what I do every day.
That's great. That's great to know. And would you like to let us know, how did you get started in this business?
Yeah, so like I say, I was working in learning and development. I was doing a lot of developing of e-learning courses. And I essentially, someone in my network reached out and they were interested in working on a project with me. So I put a proposal together, and from there, the word of mouth really made a big difference. And I'm sure that's the same for you in real estate, where you have a really successful sale or a successful project, and then you start to hear from their friends and their friends, and eventually the business started to kind of come in after that on its own, which was really great. So yeah, I've gotten the chance to work with a lot of different local organizations, the municipal governments and some of the other great organizations locally to kind of augment their learning and development operations, and also to do some additional consulting and support them in big projects that they're doing. So it's been really great.
No, that's really very important. I can also vouch for that. People work in different fields and technical fields, and but their communication skills or leadership skills may not be up to that level, and that is a serious hindrance in their promotion and also in maintaining their work. In terms of giving a good performance. So I think this is a very critical type of consulting work that you're doing. Yes, that's great. Yes. And so what would you say your customers say what would your customers say they love most about your business?
I think I pride myself on, covering my bases and really being easy to work with. So because I have a lot of experience in large projects and putting things together, I'm able to provide kind of end-to-end support on a lot of projects with folks who may not have a lot of experience with some of the things they're looking to do. So if I'm looking at consulting on instructional design projects, I have experience from the very beginning to the very end of that type of engagement. So I'm able to support a customer throughout that. When it comes to coaching, because of my background and because I'm a business owner and I've worked in large and small organizations and tech organizations, I've got a lot of context for the types of challenges that my customer space, which has really helped me a lot to address those things and be proactive in a way that best serves their needs.
Right. No, that's great to know. And I just asked, do you mainly deal with groups of people in a company, or do you do individual coaching, or is it a mix of both?
My coaching is primarily individual. I haven't done much team coaching, but I coach leaders both internally at the organization I work with. I coach external folks. I coach business owners. So there's lots of different perspectives that folks bring to those coaching engagements. And my varied expertise is helpful for me being able to kind of quickly see where folks are coming from, which is great.
That's great. Yes. And as we're talking about the customers, so you don't have to name names, but can you indicate any particular project that you liked working on that really made a big impact on somebody's profession or in their career based on your coaching?
So I've worked with a few real estate agents actually who have found it really beneficial to have ongoing coaching in building their business, particularly and I kind of specialize in those emerging leaders. So folks who are kind of coming into a big growth period, or just kind of stepping outside of their comfort zone. That's where I really like to focus. So those business owners and those real estate agents, folks like that, who are just sort of coming out of that first couple of years of establishing themselves and trying to, make the decision about how big to take their expansion. That's where I really like to dig in.
Oh, that's really very important. I know I've been in the business for 7 years now, and I can recall in the beginning, it was very, very difficult to learn how to properly communicate with the clients, and also because you have to be a leader also in this profession. So that I'm sure that would be very useful for the new upcoming real estate agents and other people who are running their businesses, because businesses are also all based on communication and everything. So that's great to know. That's good.
Yeah, and I think for a lot of leaders and business owners, there's that inflection point that happens where you get over that initial learning, and then it's what's next. And that's where I really like to support leaders.
Right, great. And what were the factors that made you choose this neighborhood here in Waterloo, north to west Waterloo? What made this so interesting for you, this area?
So I really love the university aspects of the city. I love that we have, for the size of city that we have, the amount of access to, to technology, to talent, to diversity is bigger than the city, has any right to have access to, you know what I mean? So I really wanted to live in the Waterloo area so that I could, continue to benefit from all the different great things that are going on from the universities and some of the industries that are in town here. And then when I was looking for kind of where to be located, the West Waterloo area for me, when I was looking, was kind of up and coming at the time. So this is 15 years ago. And since then, there's been quite a lot of commercial development and just lots of infrastructure that's come to this part of town, which is great. So we got the opportunity to kind of come in when the neighborhood was really being established. And now we've got, developments like the boardwalk and, some of the other commercial developments that have really built up the infrastructure in the area and given us access to a lot of great services as well.
Yeah, that's great. And what else besides your business do you do when you're part-time?
Yeah, so I actually, my undergrad degree is in music. So I have always been involved in some kinds of artistic or music projects. And currently I am singing with the Grand Philharmonic Choir, which is the local choir that performs with the KW Symphony. And I've been doing that off and on for several years. It's such a wonderful group to be a part of, and it really helps to kind of keep that music alive within me. So that's definitely a big chunk of my time outside of work.
Okay, great. No problem. That's great. So good to know. And it seems like almost everything you do is related to vocal, like your singing is also vocal and your training is also vocal. So it's great that you mastered this element, which is very critical. And it's good to know that you are here in our community and providing this essential service for leaders and for professionals. Is there anything else you want to add before we finish this interview?
Yeah, I guess if anybody's interested in, engaging in coaching services or exploring, opportunities in learning and development or leadership development, they can contact me through my website, and that's jennyrhill.com.
Yes, definitely. Thank you very much. We will put that information on our park bench also. And yes, it'll be great for clients to reach out to you for this purpose. Thank you, Jenny, for your time. I really appreciate it. And hopefully our listeners have got some more interesting information about your business.
Awesome. Thank you so much.